Good evening, you're watching 7 at 7, the only news bulletin where we curate the day's top 7 stories for our viewers. Before I get you the headlines, I want to quickly, as we usually do on 7 at 7, take you through the numbers, numerically at least, where India stands with its fight against coronavirus. Well, we have reached the 2 lakh mark since the last 3 days. Today we stand at 2,16,919 coronavirus positive cases. The total number of deaths that India has recorded till now stand at 6,075. Quickly taking you through the states. Maharashtra continues to record the maximum import of numbers at 74,860, which pretty much, if you look, constitutes 33% of the overall India tally. Maharashtra till now has recorded 2,587 deaths. Tamil Nadu has now peaked at 25,872 positive cases with 208 deaths. Delhi right now stands at 23,645 positive cases with 606 deaths. So this is the numerically at least, where India stands with its fight against coronavirus. This information collated just about 20 minutes ago by the India Today producers is a heart-wrenching story which has shaken many of us to the core. An elephant, a pregnant elephant, dying because she stood in water for 3 days, and the reason she did so was because she ingested a pineapple loaded with firecrackers, explosives, which burst in her mouth when she ate them. Since then, she was standing in a lake, possibly because there was lacerations around her mouth to quell the pain, which was debilitating, to keep away flies which were coming onto her mouth because of the laceration. A post-mortem now has been conducted, and this is the final report. A report that should shame us all.
An image no one will forget. An image from Kerala that has shamed the world. Over the last 7 days, it has become one of the most viewed, triggering sorrow, heartbreak and anger. Silently kneeling in the Veliyar river in Kerala's Palakkad, a fetus growing inside her, this mother elephant breathed her last. Dragged out of the water, a devastating final passage of an animal otherwise worshipped and venerated. But what happened to this beautiful creature that was well on its way to giving birth? It is believed that the elephant accidentally consumed a pineapple stuffed with a crude bomb, a deadly meal that tore open her mouth, sending her into a realm of unbearable pain. But first, let's tell you about this pineapple bomb. It's commonly used by Kerala farmers and villagers near reserve forest buffer zones to kill wild boar, an animal that destroys crops and whose population has risen dramatically in recent years. This particular incident happened near Kerala's stunning Silent Valley in Palakkad, India's only evergreen rainforest that's seeing encroachment and habitat destruction. But why this horrid device? That's where the nuance comes in. While one person has been arrested for the elephant's death, the layers to the elephant story make it even more heartbreaking. The legal way to kill a wild boar in Kerala is a painstaking bureaucratic process, which mandates that farmers have to first capture the wild boar, procure a gun with difficulty, and kill the animal with a single headshot in the presence of a forest official and conservation activist. After which a post-mortem must be conducted on the boar and then the animal incinerated and buried in a pit. And for all this trouble, farmers reportedly receive a pittance as fees.
ഈ ആന ഇങ്ങനെ മരണപ്പെടാനുണ്ടായ കാരണം തീർത്തും ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരുടെ അനാസ്ഥ കൂടി ഉണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത്. 3-4 ദിവസത്തോളം ഈ തെയ്യക്കുണ്ട് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഈ പുഴയിൽ കിടന്നിട്ട് അതിനെ രക്ഷിക്കാനോ അതിന് വേണ്ട പരിചരണം നൽകാനോ ഫോറസ്റ്റ് ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരുടെ ഭാഗത്തുനിന്ന് ഒരു നടപടി ഉണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല.
Our doctor has told that this traumatic injury, it can be due to explosion in the mouth. How the explosion has taken place, by pineapple or by some other methods, by banana or by jackfruit, that we don't know, because right now it is a matter of investigation and we are trying to find out how it might have happened.
As conservationists or enthusiasts, as wildlife activists, we've been reaching out to people, telling them we can't be doing this. The forest department definitely can't police on the periphery because they need to be on the beat. They are on the beat, but it's very, very difficult when you have people indulging these kind of poaching activity.
This beautiful creature likely fell prey, therefore, to the brutal but complex animal control dynamics of God's own country. With Gopi Krishnan Unnithan in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, Bureau Report, India Today.
My colleague Gopi Unnithan joins me right now from Trivandrum. You know, Gopi, there's been a lot that has been debated about the story, especially on social media. It's pretty much encapsulated that space right now with the top trends. But there's a political story developing, which you're going to talk a bit more. But you had the Chief Minister of Kerala come out and said that justice would be delivered in the case. What are you picking up right now locally from Palakkad, where this incident took place?
Well, Preeti, this incident actually happened at least a week back, to be more precise, on May 27. And according to the forest officials, they have already registered a case on the 28th, which was a day after this incident occurred, and the very same day when the preliminary post-mortem report was made accessible to this concerned department. And according to the forest officials and also Chief Minister, who was addressing a press conference a little while back, 3 people are under the radar of the forest officials. They are being interrogated at this moment. As of now, though, no arrests have been made. The police and the forest officials are doing a combined investigation into this matter. Usually such cases where the man-animal conflict happens or when a wild animal is found dead, it is usually interrogated by the forest department. But considering the seriousness of this particular issue and considering the social media outrage, the state does not want to leave any stone unturned. That is exactly why the state police has also been roped into action. Now a combined operation is being carried out in that area to try and figure out who is the actual culprit behind this or who are the culprits behind this. And the state government sources are telling us that an arrest is likely maybe in the next couple of days.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Gopi, because what we were talking about earlier, the political turn that the story's taken, and unfortunately, it's not just a political turn, it's also a communal turn. Why I say that? A lot has been said about the area in which this elephant was killed due to explosives on terms of the population, the demography, the religious demography of that area. On the other hand, a lot of BJP MPs now directly asking, which even Maneka Gandhi did, Rahul Gandhi, on why he's not taken any action when he represents the constituency of Wayanad.
Silently suffering and slowly dying. This 15-year-old pregnant cow elephant was killed after being fed cracker-laden fruit in Palakkad, Kerala. An investigation is on and the centre has promised action.
This kind of killing is absolutely unacceptable, and we have already deputed our senior officers there, and we will nab the culprits and punish them.
We are doing everything, whatever it takes, to not only find out what is the reason, whether it is due to the practice which is illegal or whether someone particular is responsible for getting this act done.
The inhuman and torturous killing of the elephant has triggered a political war of words too. BJP MP and animal rights activist Maneka Gandhi has lashed out at Congress MP from the state Rahul Gandhi, questioning his silence on the issue.
He took that area himself. He left his own area and took that area. Now let him sort out that area. Instead of trying to sort out the whole of India by just giving speeches, let him sort out that area that he has chosen.
Union Minister Smriti Irani too has slammed the Wayanad MP.
Rahul Gandhi, when he was the MP from Amethi, never cared for human beings. Do you think that I would have even an iota of expectation from him to care for animals in his new constituency? I have none.
The Congress meanwhile has countered BJP's charge. Party spokesperson Pawan Khera has defended Rahul Gandhi, saying that he cannot be blamed for whatever goes wrong in Kerala. This elephant was a victim of human brutality. The question is, will political bickering save animals? Bureau Report, India Today.
We're going to keep a keen eye on the developments. Hopefully it's not going to be as political, but accountability would be fixed on how it happened. Because that new theory of feeding pineapple to wild boar, well, it's practically the same thing. You're inflicting the greatest pain on an animal. Also, the spotlight now on laws that need to be reconstituted for animal rights. With that, I want to shift focus right now. We've been getting you the latest numbers on states which are spiraling in terms of positive cases. The state of Maharashtra continues to be the state recording the highest import, with crossing now 75,000 positive cases. While Mumbai alone accounts for more than 43,000 cases with 1,417 deaths. 4 private hospitals today in Mumbai were served a show cause notice for functioning at 20 to just 40% of their total capacity. These hospitals are Hinduja, Leelavati, Bombay and Jaslok Hospital. The shocking conditions of the hospitals came to light after a team headed by State Health Minister Rajesh Tope conducted a surprise check last night. 53 private hospitals in Mumbai were expected to provide at least 12,000 beds for COVID patients. However, it's been found that 53 hospitals have now only set about 2,400 beds and just 420 ICU beds for COVID positive patients. All right, I'm going to now shift focus to the city of Chennai. Every state, every city is trying very hard to balance the economic cost of this pandemic, wanting to open up. However, as we had seen the massive migrant exodus in Chennai, my colleague Shalini Lobo went to the local train stations to find out that migrants, even though the economy is opening up, even though there is a lot of use for migrant labor in construction in Chennai, they don't want to stay. They want to go back home. And they still, unfortunately, have no means to do so.
India is unlocking. Economic activity is slowly picking up pace. Markets are reopening and construction is resuming. Restaurants are set to open dine-in starting June 8th. But even as the country opens up, many migrant workers are still wanting to go back home. Hundreds of them continue to queue up outside Dr. MGR Chennai Central Station, hoping to board a train home.
खाना पीना तो नहीं मिल रहा, अभी 1.5 महीना हो गया, जो कमाया था थोड़ा बहुत पैसा वो तो खाया, सब कुछ खत्म हो गया, पैसा नहीं मिला और घर जाने के लिए मुसीबत हो रहा है और गाड़ी नहीं मिलता है, इसीलिए हम चंगलपट्टू से पैदल आया, कहीं ऑटो में आया, कहीं किसी लिफ्ट मांग के आया.
While this huge group of migrants wait without tickets to go home, the administration has organized buses to take them to shelters. They get them registered and then bring them to the station when their tickets are in place.
People are wearing a mask here, but the norms of social distancing not really being followed in principle. These are workers who are waiting to board a train from Chennai to Bihar, and they are all standing outside on the road in front of the Chennai Central Station. Personnel also over here requesting all of them to maintain distancing and leave gap when they stand between one another.
A few migrant workers who were homebound boarded a wrong train from Trichy and are now stuck in Chennai.
तीसरी ट्रेन से है मैडम, वो बंगाल जाने वाली ट्रेन थी, हम लोग जाना यूपी, फिर हम लोग समझा कि बंगाल जाएंगे, हम लोग फंस जाएंगे, फिर इधर उतर गया. अभी घर कोई कुछ हो जाए तो हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, या हम यहाँ कुछ हो जाए हमको तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते, घर वाले भी नहीं आ सकते यहाँ पर.
A few others like Kalam find themselves taking hard decisions. After running pillar to post for over a month, he has finally managed to send his wife and son back home.
उधर जाएगा तो क्या खाएगा, भूखा मरेगा उधर, तो बीवी को भेज रहा है, हम इधर रहेगा.
Hundreds of migrant workers make their way to the Chennai Central Station, hoping to board a train home. They say they'll go back to their homes and they look for another job, because during these trying times, these times of uncertainty, they want nothing more than to just be with their families. With video journalist Divin Rajkumar, this is Shalini Lobo in Chennai for India Today.
Have you wondered the plight of the Indian migrant has ensued over the last 75 days? The story pretty much remains still the same, encapsulated by my colleague Shalini, that all they want to do is go back home to their loved ones. With that, I want to shift focus to the ensuing standoff along the line of actual control in Ladakh between India and China. With both sides clearly digging in their heels, it's an eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation. Hopefully now the top generals would be able to thaw the ice.
If you didn't think the Ladakh standoff was serious so far, perhaps these images will convince you. Army Bofors guns making their way to the China border in Ladakh. Images that confirm the temperature of the situation. But what you're looking at is the Indian Army mirroring China's own mobilization. India matching China troop for troop and gun for gun. China, as India Today reported this week, has already mobilized artillery and armor in a big way near the standoff points.
Now we are seeing that the Bofors artillery is being transported for the forward posts on line of control to challenge any kind of aggression by China. And also not only that, but also an emergency landing strip is being developed here in the Kashmir on National Highway 44 near Bijbehara, which the work on which has been initiated on the fast track for last many days, so that the landing facility for the jets could be available here in Srinagar.
India's big mirror mobilization isn't random. In 48 hours, Lieutenant generals from the two countries will meet in Ladakh, the highest level military engagement so far on this standoff. Meanwhile, these fresh satellite images, for the first time, capture Chinese camps near the Finger Four area of the Pangong Lake, one of the main standoff points, confirming Chinese attempts to push ever closer to Indian positions and dominate these heights. 600 kilometers away, meanwhile, while not directly in response to the India-China border tensions, the National Highway Authority of India has begun constructing an emergency landing strip in South Kashmir on the Srinagar-Jammu highway. The total length of the airstrip will be 3.5 kilometers and will be used for emergency operations. But for now, all eyes are on this Saturday in Ladakh. After 8 rounds of talks over the last 1 month, including 3 at the Major General level, on June the 6th, India's Corps Commander in Leh will meet with a Chinese 3-star general at a well-established border meeting point in Ladakh's Chushul Moldo. While the situation remains tense, there has been a slight de-escalation in one of the 4 standoff points in the Galwan Valley, with top sources telling India Today that Chinese positions have moved back 2 kilometers and India has moved back 1 kilometer. But these are small movements. The big picture remains in focus. With Ashraf Wani and Shujaul Haq in Srinagar and Abhishek Bhalla in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
As protests continue to rage now for days in the United States of America at the back of the killing by police personnel of a black man called George Floyd, an unfortunate fallout of that has also been a lot of rioting and vandalism that we have seen. And the byproduct of that was the desecration of the statue of Mahatma Gandhi right outside the Indian Embassy at Washington, D.C. Now, the statue was later covered up and an investigation was launched by the local park police in charge of protection of the monument in the areas. Efforts are now on to clean up the site at the earliest. The incident reportedly to have taken place in the intervening night of June 2nd and 3rd in Washington, D.C. Vandalism of the statue now comes amidst nationwide protests against the custodial killing of African-American George Floyd in Minneapolis on May 25th. Several of these protests have turned violent, with many times resulting in damage of some of the most prestigious and sacred of American monuments. All right, with that, it's the end of 7 at 7. But every time we end the bulletin of 7 at 7, we take great heart in busting certain myths that masquerade to be facts, especially on social media, WhatsApp groups. Now, there is a myth circulating right now on WhatsApp groups. You might have seen it on social media as well, which seems to suggest that President Donald Trump is using corona as a weapon. The fact check on that, the viral image is over 3 years old and is from Spain. The other claim that is making the rounds right now is Nobel laureate Dr. Honjo claims China manufactured coronavirus in a lab. Well, the fact check, Dr. Honjo refuted the viral message as false and misleading. False again. All right, with that, it's a wrap on 7 at 7. We, of course, will see you tomorrow. You have a fabulous evening. And up next is our consulting editor, Rajdeep Sardesai, with In Depth.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.